Hello everybody, myself Jyoti. In the last lecture I taught vibration spectra and today I'm going to teach vibration rotation spectra. Now pure vibrational spectra we get for solids and liquids because solids and liquids may intermolecular force it is strong, so that inhibits rotation. But in case of gases or vapor, molecules are continuously rotating no matter which vibration state they are in. इसलिए the kind of spectra which we get in case of gas or vapor, it is mixed spectra, so that is called as vibration rotation spectra. Now, when we talk about vibration rotation spectra, whenever we talk about spectra means there is a transition which is taking place between two energy levels. ठीक है. So spectroscopy में सबसे पहले you should be asking that between which two energy levels the transition is taking place. That is the first question which should come in your mind. Now here, in case of vibration spectra, the transition takes place between two vibrational energy levels. When we talk about rotation spectra, the transition takes place between two rotational energy levels. When we talk about vibration rotation spectra, then transition takes place between rotational energy level of one vibrational state to rotational energy level of another vibrational state. What does it mean? हर एक जो vibrational state है, for each vibrational state there exist number of rotational energy levels. Suppose मैंने nu equals to 0 ground vibrational state लिया, in corresponding to that ground vibrational state I will have number of rotational energy levels like j equals to 0, j equals to 1, j equals to 2, j equals to 3 and so on. So, and suppose I have another vibrational state nu equals to 1. Inside that nu equals to 1 state also, corresponding to nu equals to 1 state, I will have number of rotational level energy levels j equals to 0, j equals to 1, j equals to 2 and so on. तो ट्रांजिशन किस में हो रहा है? जो रोटेशनल एनर्जी लेवल्स है ऑफ ग्राउंड वाइब्रेशनल स्टेट टू रोटेशनल एनर्जी लेवल ऑफ अनदर vibrational state. So, and the spectrum obtained is called as vibration rotation spectrum. When we talk about vibration spectrum, we know that vibrational quantum number changes. When we talk about rotational spectra, rotational quantum number changes. When we talk about vibration rotation spectra, in this vibrational quantum number as well as rotational quantum number, that means nu and j both change simultaneously. Now here this vibration rotation spectra, it is also called as vibration rotation band. Why it is so? Because take the suppose the spectrometer which we are using to observe the spectra, if it does not have a sufficient resolving power, then the energy levels of vibrational rotational spectra are so closely spaced that it will not we won't be able to see the distinct energy levels, but it will appear as a band. So that is how it is called as vibration rotation band. Now we are going to assume certain things when we will proceed with the vibration rotation spectrum. First thing is neglect centrifugal distortion and enharmonicity. Centrifugal distortion, it is and enharmonicity we have already studied in case of vibrational and rotational spectrum. And very important thing is we are going to use Born-Oppenheimer approximation up to first approximation. What is it? What is Born-Oppenheimer approximation? See, here we have vibrational motion, rotational motion. Always remember that rotational motion, it is of the molecule. That means molecule rotates as a whole. ऐसा नहीं है कि molecule, suppose a molecule it is made up of two atoms, तो atom rotate हो रहा है. Atoms do not rotate. Molecule as a whole it rotates, and the atoms in the molecule they vibrate about their mean position. So basically we are dealing with two motions. One is vibrational motion of the atoms and rotational motion of the molecule. Now here what we are assuming is Born-Oppenheimer approximation means rotational motion and vibrational motion, they are independent of each other. That means rotational motion की वजह से vibration affect नहीं हो रहा है, एंड वाइब्रेशनल मोशन की वजह से रोटेशनल मोशन भी अफेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है. देर इज नो इंटरेक्शन एनर्जी टर्म बिकॉज ऑफ रोटेशन एंड वाइब्रेशन डिपेंडेंसी. They are independent of each other. When vibrational motion and rotational motion, they are independent of each other, what we can write according to Born-Oppenheimer approximation is total energy. It is simply the sum of vibrational energy and rotational energy. And here no interaction energy term will appear. अगर वाइब्रेशनल मोशन एंड रोटेशनल मोशन एक दूसरे की मोशन को अफेक्ट करते हैं, इन दैट केस टोटल एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला कैसे हो जाएगा? वाइब्रेशनल एनर्जी प्लस रोटेशनल एनर्जी प्लस इंटरैक्शन एनर्जी टर्म रहेगा. वाइब्रेशन और रोटेशन जो एक दूसरे को इफेक्ट होता है एक दूसरे पे, उसका भी एक टर्म आएगा. दैट टर्म इज नॉट देयर बिकॉज वी हैव अज्यूम्ड दैट वाइब्रेशन एंड रोटेशन दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ईच अदर. Now, as we are assuming that they're independent of each other, so E nu J वाइब्रेशन रोटेशन एनर्जी जो हम लोग लिखते हैं ना, जैसे कि वाइब्रेशनल एनर्जी वी यूज टू राइट एज ई न्यू, रोटेशनल एनर्जी वी यूज टू राइट एज ई जे, वैसे वाइब्रेशनल रोटेशनल एनर्जी वी राइट एज ई न्यू जे. दैट मीन्स वाइब्रेशनल रोटेशनल एनर्जी. So it will be sum of vibrational energy plus rotational energy. Vibrational energy का formula आप लोगों को पता है because we have already done this, nu plus half h nu 0. And rotational energy का भी formula आप लोगों को पता है because we have done this also. It is h square upon 8 pi square है j into j plus 1. Okay, so ये दोनों हम लोग use करेंगे. So this is the formula for vibrational rotational energy. E nu j equals to nu plus half h nu 0 plus h square upon 8 pi square I j into j plus 1. So here the selection rules for rotational energy के लिए selection rule क्या था? Delta j equals to plus minus 1. इसका मतलब क्या है? That the transitions between successive energy levels or consecutive energy levels are only allowed. That means suppose these are the different energy levels. J equals to 0, j equals to 1, j equals to 2, j equals to 3. So transition between successive energy levels are only allowed. 0 से 2 पे transition नहीं हो सकता है. Only 0 से 1 या 1 से 2 या 2 से 3 हो सकता है, but 1 से 3 पे नहीं हो सकता है. So delta j equals to plus minus 1. This is what we had for rotational spectra. Similarly, when we saw vibrational spectra, there also the selection rule was delta nu equals to plus minus 1. That means if we consider different vibrational energy levels, then transition can take place between successive energy levels only. But transition from 0 to 2 or 0 to 3 or 0 to 4, it is not possible or the probability is very less, even if it happens. Now here when we talk about vibrational rotational spectra, the selection rules are both delta j equals to plus minus 1, delta nu equals to plus minus 1. Both the selection rules are there. Now most of the population, we know that it is in the ground vibrational state. Why it is so? Because suppose ये vibrational energy levels है, nu equals to 0, nu equals to 1. For this transition to take place, I told you in the very first lecture that for this transition to happen in case of vibrational state, the energy which is required, it is of the order of 0.1 electron volt. But the thermal energy which is available at room temperature, it is given by the formula E equals to kT, where K is Boltzmann constant, T is room temperature. If you substitute these values of the constants and all, you will get this value as 0.025 electron volt. That means the energy which is available at room temperature for this transition to happen is not available because यहाँ पे 0.1 electron volt चाहिए and the energy which is available is only 0.025 electron volt. That is how most of the molecules, they are in the ground vibrational state. जा ही नहीं सकते, उतना energy available ही नहीं है. So that is how they are in the ground vibrational state. So here in case of vibration rotation spectrum, the transition will take place from nu equals to 0 to nu equals to 1 rather than from nu equals to 1 to nu equals to 0. And here we will have delta j equals to minus 1 and delta j equals to plus 1. So we will get lines corresponding to delta j equals to minus 1. These are called as P branch lines. And here whatever lines we will get for delta j equals to plus 1, those are called as R branch lines. What is P branch and R branch lines? That will become more clear when you will see the graph or diagram of energy level diagram. Okay? So now we know that when we say that transition is taking place between two energy levels, सपोज ये E1 है, ये E2 है, देन फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ the photon, it is given by nu equals to E2, difference between the two energy levels divided by h. Similarly, when we have to find out the energies corresponding to P branch line, then हम लोग या फिर R branch line, how can we find out nu R? Frequency will be difference between the two energy levels. Now what are the energy levels? Transition takes place. We said that transition takes place from vibrational state 0 to vibrational state 1. See, we write down vibrational energy as E nu J. So first number represents vibrational state. Vibrational ground state में ही most of the molecules है. So transition will take place from ground vibrational state to one state, and rotational quantum number also changes by +1 unit because we are looking at frequency of R branch lines. For R branch lines, delta J equals to +1. So suppose ये J है, so transition is going to take place from J to J plus 1 divided by H. ठीक है? So we have the formula for E nu J. What is the formula for E? E nu J equals to, I will rewrite that formula. We have E nu J, it is equals to nu plus half h nu 0 plus 8 h square upon 8 pi square I into j plus 1. अभी मुझे फाइंड आउट क्या करना है? आई हैव टू फाइंड आउट दिस E1 J plus 1 E0 J, ये दोनों वैल्यूज फाइंड आउट करना है. आई हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट देम एंड फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ न्यू आर. सो फर्स्ट हम लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे E1 J plus 1. E1 J plus 1 कैसे हो जाएगा? वी हैव टू जस्ट रिप्लेस न्यू बाई 1 J by J plus 1 इन दिस फॉर्मूला. सो क्या हो जाएगा? न्यू इज 1, सो 1 प्लस हाफ h न्यू 0 प्लस एच स्क्वायर अपॉन 8 पाई स्क्वायर आई. J को रिप्लेस करना है J plus 1 से, सो J हो जाएगा J plus 1, ये J भी हो जाएगा J plus 1, J plus 1 plus 1, सो हो जाएगा J plus 2. सो आई गॉट दिस फॉर्मूला एंड सिमिलरली आई विल फाइंड आउट E0 J. So I have to replace nu by 0. So I will, in this formula, so I will get 0 plus half, that is half h nu 0 plus j को तो j ही रखना है. So that is how it will be same, h square upon 8 pi square I j into j plus 1. ठीक है. Now what I will do, I will have to find out nu r. Nu r will be this minus this. So 1 plus half is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 h nu 0 plus h square upon 8 pi square I j plus 1 j plus 2 minus half h nu 0 minus h square upon 8 pi square I j into j plus 1. ये हो गया. this whole thing divided by h है. I will write down that h as like this, 1 by h. ठीक है. now 3 by 2 h nu 0 minus half h nu 0, that will be h nu 0 plus h square upon 8 pi square I common, or I can take j plus 1 also common, j plus 2 minus j like this. So it will be 1 by h nu 0 plus h square upon 8 pi square I j plus 1, और ये j कैंसिल हो गया. सो 8 आई विल गेट 2 इंटू j प्लस 1. 2 में इसके साथ कैंसिल कर देती हूँ. आई विल गेट 4. आई विल डिवाइड h मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1 by h टू द ब्रैकेट. सो आई विल गेट न्यू 0 प्लस h अपॉन 4 पाई स्क्वायर I इंटू j प्लस 1. वी नो दैट h अपॉन 4 पाई स्क्वायर I इट इज नथिंग बट b. सो इट विल बी न्यू 0 प्लस b इंटू j प्लस 1. ये हो गया फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ R ब्रांच लाइन. Similarly, we can find out the frequency for P branch line. So P branch के लिए फॉर्मूला आएगा nu p equals to nu 0 minus b into j plus 1. सेम आप ऐसे करोगे ना, you will get this formula. So similarly, I can write this. Okay, so I'm getting P branch lines, R branch lines. Now here you substitute j equals to 0. j equals to substitute करो, you will get nu r equals to nu 0 plus b. j equals to 1 substitute करो, you will get nu r equals to nu 0 plus 2b. j equals to 2 substitute करो, you will get nu r equals to nu 0 plus 3b and so on. तो दोनों स्पेक्ट्रल लाइंस पे डिफरेंस है b का. The difference between this consecutive spectral lines, it is of b. Similarly, you substitute for P branch also, j equals to 0, so you will get nu p equals to nu 0 minus b. j equals to 1 substitute करोगे, nu p equals to nu 0 minus 2b, j equals to 2 यहाँ पे substitute करोगे, you will get nu p equals to nu 0 minus 3b and so on. And if you will draw the energy level diagram, you will find that this p branch lines and r branch lines, they are the spacing is equidistant and it is equals to b. And as you can see, nu 0 minus b, nu 0 minus 2b, nu 0 minus 3b, that means this p branch lines, they are on the left side of nu 0. And when you will see this nu 0 plus b plus 2b plus 3b, that means these lines will lie on the right side of nu 0. Now look at this diagram which shows the rotational fine structure of the transition from vibrational level nu equals to 0 to vibrational level nu equals to 1. See here. This is nu equals to 0 state. And these are j equals to 0, j equals to 1, j equals to 2. These are the rotational energy levels corresponding to nu equals to 0. Now here you have nu equals to 1. And these are the rotational energy levels corresponding to nu equals to 1. ये एक ही वाइब्रेशनल स्टेट है, हाँ, दिस इज वन वाइब्रेशनल स्टेट न्यू इक्वल्स टू 0, और उस वाइब्रेशनल स्टेट के अंदर यू हैव नंबर ऑफ रोटेशनल एनर्जी लेवल्स. Similarly, you have nu equals to 1. Inside that constitutes number of rotational energy levels. And transition is taking place from rotational energy level of one vibrational state to rotational energy level of another vibrational state. Now here take this transition. It is taking place from j equals to 1 to j equals to 0. So delta j क्या हो गया 1 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. Take this line, it is happening from 2 to 1, that means 1 minus 2 minus 1. So all these lines on the left of nu 0, they are having delta j equals to minus 1, so they are called as p branch lines. If you consider this r branch lines, then here the transition is taking place from j equals to 0 to j equals to 1, j equals to 1 to j equals to 2, that way. That means delta j is plus 1. So this constitute r branch lines. So that delta j equals to minus 1, you will get p branch lines. Delta j equals to plus 1, you will get r branch lines. So what are the observations? P and R branch lines are symmetrically placed with respect to nu 0, and spacing between adjacent lines in each branch is delta nu equals to h upon 4 pi square I equals to B. Now same formula we also got in case of rotational spectra. So we use this formula for calculating moment of inertia of the molecule. That means if you are getting the same formula in case of vibration rotation spectra also, that means either by using infrared rotation vibration spectrum or by using microwave pure rotation spectrum, we can find out the moment of inertia of the molecule. When we got the same formula for rotational energy levels, right? So rotational spectrum, it lies in microwave region. So that means microwave pure rotation spectrum or infrared rotation vibration spectrum, using both we can find out the moment of inertia of the molecule. Now in practice, now here what we got, that spacing between the R branch lines and P branch lines, it is constant, they are equispaced and the spacing is equals to B. But in practice, the spacing between lines in vibration rotation spectrum, these lines are not equispaced. Why it is so? सबसे पहले हम लोगों ने assume क्या किया था? What we assumed Born-Oppenheimer approximation. That means we assumed that rotation and vibration, they are independent of each other. But actually, a molecule vibrates about 1,000 times during each rotation. A molecule vibrates about 1,000 times during each rotation, so that the value of bond length R varies continuously. And we don't know that the formula for rotational energy is h cross square upon 2i j into j plus 1. I की वैल्यू होती है mu r square. So that means the formula for rotational energy is h cross square upon 2 mu r square j into j plus 1. That means it depends upon rotational energy, depends upon 1 by r square. So what we will have to do, as r is changing continuously, we will have to find out the average value of r. But this average value of r, it is you will have to calculate for each vibrational state. So you will have to find out 1 by r square for nu equals to 0, 1 by r square for nu equals to 1, because this 1 by r square value is not constant for all the vibrational state. It varies from one vibrational state to another vibrational state. That means rotation and vibration, they are not independent but coupled. Now if we take into consideration the interaction energy term, suppose abhi hum logon ne assume, now suppose we know that rotation and vibration, they are not independent, they are dependent. And if you find out the dependency factor, this interaction energy term will come a into nu plus half j into j plus 1. We haven't derived it, it is beyond the scope of BAC syllabus. So this is the coupling factor which is there. If you consider that rotation and vibration, they are dependent on each other. First two terms, they are just the same, which we have taken earlier. We have added third term. Now this third term, it appears as a minus subtraction term. So the effect of interaction is to reduce energy of each state. And the third term, this interaction energy term, it is responsible for the non-constant spacing of spectral lines in P and R branches. Okay, so thank you so much.